we're going to do our last rendering. Our last scene is an exterior. And some of the things are going to stay the same. Like, this class is kind of limited in that we just kind of went over some mental ray options that we had some familiarity with. But taking a project as far along as you can go has its own benefits. Here we have the lighting challenges, right? And so the one I'm recommending right now is this lighthouse, and there is a Maya 2008 file of this lighthouse. So it's downloading. We can put it on the server. You can choose to do the local train. And I've had people do the cabin as well. I'm not going to save this scene. Let's make a new scene. Go File, Open Scene. I have a scene on my desktop, the lighthouse. If it ever opens. See what happens. There we go. So the mesh is, it does what it needs to do, but it could be better. Also, another thing that's problematic with this is it looks like my hypershade's busted. Right there. What's going on? So this is something wrong with their scene. I'm going to save the scene. You could use the other one, right? You could do some other scene that's exterior, but I'm going to do my demonstration with this scene, okay? And I'm also going to exit out of Maya because my hypershade, look, see how it went gray right here? If this happens to you, save your file if you need to. I didn't need to. I go to my computer. The documents, Maya, project, no, I don't want to go to projects. I want to go to 2013 x64. This is where the preferences are kept. Preferences, I'm going to get rid of user and window. Now I'm going to go and open up Maya again. And when it opens, I'm going to open up the hypershade, and then I'm going to open up that file. And I'm going to resave it. So let's open up the hypershade, make sure it's working. And the hypershade is working, right? This wasn't gray. It's just some error that I've been getting with older files. My computer, just go to desktop. This time I think I'm just going to import it. File, import, desktop, lighthouse, import. So it's all working. I'm going to resave this file, and I'll save it on our server so you can grab it. Classes, no, I'm in student folder. Students, lighting and shading. All right, this is what I got. I got some not so good trees. And it's implied, right, that this lighthouse is on some ground, and then there's water, and then there's nothing there for the sky. So we have a lot to fill in, and we have a lot of questions. We have a lot of questions on how to go about this. And what I'm suggesting is we're going to build a sky dome from an HDRI. We're going to texture the component pieces. I'm going to build an ocean from an ocean shader. I'm going to put plants all over this stuff with paint effects. There's a, if your show needs plants all over, like Oscar, if you're using Unreal Tournament, I think there's a plant generator in there. But you might need to use others. There's something called Speed Tree for video games, right? There's Speed Tree. There's Onyx Tree Professional. Voo just came out with a new plant generation system. And I really like Eon Voo, but if you want to do Eon Voo, it's another $1,300, right? Onyx Tree Professional is like less than $500. Speed Tree can be really expensive all by itself. So, but you're gonna have to invest in what you think you're gonna cover your plants with all the time. Like in a movie like Avatar, they tried everything, and they used Eon Voo. They used other systems, and they mixed it together and comped it, you know? So, anyhow, this is going to be our test. So did I save this? Save as lighting and shading. I'm going to call this Lighthouse 2013. So hopefully this will be set. But what is something I want to do if I want to start texturing things and I want to keep it organized? What would I do? The answer I'm looking for is make a project so that you have a project made for your particular scene. You could have a lighting and shading project that's all lighting and shading, but you should have a project. I'm going to call this Lighthouse November 2013 project, and I'm going to put it in my little student folder. Select, accept, save scene as, and I'm saving it again. Getting organized at the beginning is easier than getting organized at the end, you know? Lighthouse. 2013. Version 01. And call it raw. So I've got this set up. One thing that we should do, since I'm going to do a lighthouse and I got the magic of the internet, I could type in here lighthouse. Images. Check out these lighthouses. Amazing. Amazing. Right? Different. I like this. Black stripes up there. But got to determine what I want to choose off of here. I'm a sucker for this striped one. I don't know why. But we can keep looking around. But notice, look at what the lighthouse lies upon. What does this look like to you? It's not beach. It's kind of like rocky. I don't even know what to even describe the seaside. Beach would be all the sand. So maybe we're seaside. Maybe that's the wrong way to describe it, and y'all correct me later. What's happening on this one? Once it comes into focus, it's downloading because it's a larger size. So we've got a lighthouse that won't load. But what's all this? Huh? I can't hear you. It's grass, right? Grass and rocks. Vegetation. Mainly grass. A couple different, like it got thicker right here, and then it's not so thick. And this sucks. This is no good. Here we see people's photo collages of lighthouses. Here's someone's grandmother's painting of a lighthouse. You know, like Sunday, 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 paintings all day. Love this pic. Like, this is a real photo of a lighthouse getting clobbered. Here's a photo of a lighthouse at sunset. I don't think that's real. I think this is photo manipulated. This is a multiple exposure. This is cool. Right? Hey, look at that one. And that's called allthatisinteresting.com. Here's a beautiful sunset. So, you need to determine where this lighthouse is going to be. Because it's an empty lighthouse. And you have a choice. You can make a beautiful sunset. Maybe we could try doing a lighthouse in a storm. You could have a lighthouse at night. But then you get into the conundrum. How do I represent night? Because it's a movie, right? You're doing this for a TV show, and like you turn in your lighthouse, and it's all like. Sometimes I guess just black in the background would be fine, but like in Harry Potter, it's not like just black in the background. There's like puffy clouds and stuff going by. So you have a lot of different options. You can try and be really realistic. You could try and be very photographic. Here's an at Walker with a lighthouse for some reason. Check out this one. That really happened. Right? I mean, yeah, there's some photo manipulation going on, but the main photo manipulation going on was that they turned the saturation of their camera like way up. You know, like there was a beautiful sunset, and then they took Photoshop and pumped it up a little bit. But that's something that's very different about modern photography from everything is hyper-saturated in this era, at least in our images. So from there, I'm going to choose the light first. I'm going to choose the light first because everything's here. Now, is that realistic all the time? Probably not. Like, let's say you were doing a lighthouse for a show. Let's say like this is like the Swiss Family Lighthouse show, and it's very magical and it's family fun. But like there's all these different episodes. So there could be lighthouse at winter, lighthouse during the summer, lighthouse during the storm, lighthouse when the locust attacked. Right? You could take this and light it a million different ways. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to light it, and I'm going to light it with an HDRI. Students. And I'm also going to open up Photoshop. That's where I should. So under Students, Lighting and Shading. Where it says hide, I should probably pull that out. I have some HDRIs under the folder hide, and I'll pull that out. Because I don't know where we got all these HDRIs from. Like some were from the previous lighting and shading teacher, and one a student kind of dropped off, and I don't know how legit or legal that is, but hey, they're high dynamic range images, let's use them. I'm also going to open up Bridge, and I'm going to hunt around to try and find the best photo I could use as a background, because that's going to determine a lot of my lights and like where am I going to position things with the camera. Like, is this going to be a stormy thing? And this being a class, do whatever you like. Make it spooky, make it happy, whatever. But if you're working on a show, the light is going to be determined by what's happening in the scene, you know? Like, is this, and I keep using spooky, I don't know, maybe that's like spooky lighthouse. Or this lighthouse could be salvation, right? You're on a boat and it's capsized, and it's like, we see the lighthouse, everyone lives. My computer, students. Wow, the new bridge is working pretty good. Lighting and shading. Bridges. The new bridge in CS6 is smoking. Hide. So here are some Dosh HDRs. Check these out. So I can see them pretty well. Here's a sunset. This one's corrupted. There's several that are corrupted in here. This one's at night. Look, spooky night. I'm going to go back to HDRI. Here's sky. And these are going to take a minute to load because they're larger. So here's the Tatimi room, which I don't like very much. Here's one, and this is the one I've been using. I use this one a lot. This one's not very good. I can't tell what this one is. Oh, this is like a city in the background. Looks like Los Angeles. So let it keep reading. Because basically, I've been using this one nonstop, and I'm kind of like seeing if I can use something else. It's not happening. There it goes. Boom. Oh, okay. This one is some sort of cove. And this seems reasonable for a lighthouse, don't you think? This is city. This is helipad city at night, which I don't think that's appropriate for a lighthouse. Here is underpass. This is Mount Washington on a porch. So it's this one, HDR VFX. I'm going to go back up one more and just see new HDR. So here is cloudy morning sun. Here is dusk sun. And it's not showing me. I'm going to see if I can open this with Photoshop. And this is horrible. I'm not going to use this one. No good. Oh, I get it. It's still really bad. Never mind. Going back. hide HDRI. So this one that I have not used before, I'm going to open this in Photoshop. Boom, there it is. Let's see how big, how big is this? It's 12 megs, which doesn't seem very big. But we'll see. I'm going to save it in my folder. Brian Boston, Lighthouse, November 2013 project, images. I want this in source images. Source images, and I'm going to save it. And it says it's a radiance. Let me see the other one. Okay, let's go with that. Also, let me see and it's the same size, so I don't care. It might not be big enough. I know this one is a lot larger. Yeah, see this one right here? Ooh, this one is 96 megabytes. So it's a lot better, and this is at sunset. So I'll save this one too. The new crop tool's stupid. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just I'm not used to it. So I'm going to save this one as well, because if that other one doesn't work out, I know I'm going to use this one. All right, where are we? Let's stop this recording.